I'm Matt Braunger. This might help.
I am not a doctor.
This might help.
I'm not a professional.
Let's have fun. This honestly is a good time.
Honestly, I got no idea what I'm doing. What's going on, Corey?
I'm Matt Braunger. This might help. The podcast. Hey, jerks. Welcome to This Might Help with Matt Braunger. Thanks so much for the good ratings and for the calls. Shout out to all the mighties out there. This is a very special episode. As many of you might or might not know, I drove 3,000 miles across the country with my wife and a baby that I think is mine. And we ended up in her hometown of Mansfield, Massachusetts. Now, I've been hanging out with a gang of ne'er-do-wells, a bunch of great people who we've dubbed ourselves the Catman Closers after a local dive bar. And there you go, gang, gang. So I'm welcoming a guy who is not famous, but I'm going to make famous because he's a character and he's an awesome guy. And he's like my de facto drinking buddy, one of them here in Massachusetts. We've been doing online trivia, a gang of us. And with me is one of our players and an old friend of my wife's and a great dude and a local businessman, Jeff Eagan. Jeff, how are you, man?
Very good, very good. Thank you for having me today.
Of course.
Oh,
Yeah, it is certainly phenomenal. You're somebody who I love hanging out with, but I also love your life philosophy. You have several, but you own your own painting company.
Yeah.
Eagan Painting.
Yeah. Cut the straightest lines. It's boom.
Cut the straightest lines. That's the dope slogan. And you made me laugh the other night. We were having a couple beers last weekend, and I was like, man, you seem like you're doing great. And you're like, I am. I'm busy all the time. It sucks. And I was like, what do you mean? Yeah. You're like, you get too successful, you work too much.
Yeah. I don't want to be this busy. Yeah. But we got to, I guess.
Yeah, you grew up in Mansfield, yeah.
Born and raised.
Okay, there you go, Mansfield Hornets. High school. Right on.
75 the other day, so big stuff.
Big stuff.
Big stuff happening here in Mansfield.
I mean, it's a great town. I really love it here. I've kind of loved it as my second home and hanging out and getting to know all the townies. You are definitely a townie.
Yeah.
Now, how would you define the term a townie?
You got to have at least a couple generations in the town. Both of my grandparents from here. And you got to go to high school. You can't not go to high school and be a townie, I would think.
Mm-hmm.
But just family and stuff. You're here. But yeah. I did leave for a little bit, so at least I got out for a little.
You got out for a minute. No, nothing wrong with just being here. All your life anyway, because it's like
it's great. Like some of the T-shirts. There's the one that says like Townie, and it's like, man, it's pretty cool.
Oh, right on.
All those fun Townie stuff. Go to all the good bars. Go. I mean, you're the biggest Townie going, man. Whenever you're here, you go more than we do. Whenever you're here, you're like Mr. Mansfield, man.
Yeah, I got other than watching this kid, I got nothing. I got
nothing to do.
My job's gone. So for now, for the foreseeable future, definitely the rest of the year, all my shows got wiped or moved to next year. So, it was a perfect, this trip was definitely like the silver lining in the whole COVID situation. We were just
totally.
Like, fuck it. I can do my podcast from anywhere. My wife can work from anywhere. So totally. Like, fuck it. Let's just fucking go. So it was
that's, with me, I can't imagine. I've been lucky enough to be able to, work outside since, May. And so, it just keeps on rolling. But man, you guys have freaking lives that you can't do if you're not traveling and on the road and doing this and seeing more than 50 people.
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody still needs to make money. So it's cool if 50 people see you, but if the club can't make money, you can't make money.
Yeah, I mean, it's true, man. I feel like the big thing is like there's no FOMO now, being like a dad of a young kid, where I find
oh my God, yeah.
Because there's nothing to go do. There's nothing going on. There's no big shows. There's no festivals. Even my friends that are like, huge, like Bert Kreischer, Liza Schlesinger, they do these drive-in shows and they're great, but the profit margin is like this because they got to travel like they're Motley Crue. Like they got a whole other truck with all the equipment because they got to turn a drive-in theater into like a comedy club and, set up cameras and all this jazz. And it's like, once, all the tickets clear, it's like they make okay money, but it's a risk every single show. Like if you're not selling out, it's just, you're eating it.
No, it's wild. And those things, you probably have to hire more people as well for testers, this, that, and the other thing. And it's like, fuck, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, you hire a bunch of different guys here in town, right? For various jobs.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But I mean, I one of my good buddies that I've known forever. He works with me like every day, so it's pretty good to be able to work with one of your best friends every day, and be able to yell at somebody every once in a while and be able to take it okay. Yeah,
absolutely.
I don't want to yell at someone that really I don't know, but if I have to yell at someone, it's Jimmy. He's cool with it.
I always think about that I'm glad I'm my own business because I feel like, especially in the blue collar world, and you hire somebody and you're like, oh, they work hard. They got a little bit of a prison record, but it's okay, whatever, or something like that. You might have that day where you're like, hey, you knocked over my coffee, you dick. And he just is like, in his head, he's like, I'm going to murder you.
Right.
You won't see it coming.
You don't want to say that wrong shit to, touch him off, and now you got to, freaking paintbrush down your mouth.
Yeah, but I mean, I think the like when I told the rest of the gang when he was going to have you on the podcast, everybody was like, fuck yeah, Eagan. Like, I remember you told me the story of you're trying to get into, you stopped by like the Catman on like New Year's Eve or something.
No, Thanksgiving.
Okay.
The night before Thanksgiving.
Okay, so give me a little of that story.
Well, I was hanging out at one of my buddy's houses, like literally 2 houses down from the bar, and we're having fun, and we're like, oh, you want to go over there? And like, yeah, who knows? The Celtics were on. So, we watched the Celtics, and we're going to kind of go from there after that. And I was like, fuck it. I'm walking home. It's Thanksgiving. Man, I made my mom cry on Thanksgiving before because of partying the night before and that, So I'm trying to get better at it. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to walk home. On my walk, just as I leave, my buddy calls. He's like, yo, come in through the back door, have a beer before you go home. Go in. I step in, and this kid's like, a kid I know. He's like, yo, Eagan, you can't come in through the back door. I'm like, oh, come on, man. He's like, you can just wait in line. I'm like, dude, there's no way I'm waiting in line to come in right now. No fucking way. So I walked home, and I had a great Thanksgiving.
Nice. Nice. Well, and I remember the thing that stood out from a story was not only that you were like, fuck it, let me save some for tomorrow, which I think as we get older, we got to. You can't burn it all down. You can't be like, party all night, work tomorrow, what you like when you can when you're in your 20s. But also that dude turned you away, and some dude behind him was like, yo, that's Eagan. Let him in. The guy's a legend.
Funny about that is now I put 2 and 2 together. He's a contractor, and he does like all my contracting work at houses that I need, like all the carpentry. So from that night, I got this guy. Like, that's the guy now that does all the work. It's fucking awesome.
And you got some work out of it. That's fucking fantastic.
That's like cool, man.
That's so dope. Okay, so as you know, I know you've listened to the show before. People call in. I don't know who the hell they are. Yeah. Renee, who you met, my producer, he calls through them and goes, all right, let's play this one. I'll play this one. So I don't know what we're gonna get. We got 4 calls. Usually we do 3.
Oh, I know.
I'll do 4 calls.
When Renee said 4, I was like, yes, I don't have to talk for like 10 minutes per thing. Shit.
As much or as little as you want, dude. Don't worry. Don't fucking worry about it.
Absolutely.
Which I love, because sometimes I'll have, there have been people that have been like, oh, let me come on and shit. And I'm like, yeah, I know you just fucking blab the whole time because you're an attention whore like me. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I like how you're just like, yeah, fuck it. Let's try this. This will be great. And when I asked you, you didn't hesitate. You were just like,
Oh,
fuck,
man.
this sounds like a blast. So, dude, like most people, because I've had people like all kinds of walks of life, even comedians that are like, I don't know, I don't feel good on a podcast, you know, or they're too worried, you know, about how they're gonna come off and stuff like that.
I'm fucking worried as fuck right now. But
which is
again,
fair.
We me and this dude Morrison, best guy going.
Okay.
He's got the best voice, and we've always like we sit around and talk shop and everything, and we're like, dude, if we only had a microphone in front of us, we would love to do a podcast. It's like been one of my this is literally a dream come true. This is awesome, man.
Dude, you know, my wife is like, you should just do the podcast with Eagan, and you guys should both. And I was like, fuck, I should do another one with Eagan. We should do like another.
Invite some real dipshits.
Absolutely. The fucking the working man dipshit and the fucking head in the clouds Hollywood douchebag. Like, fuck it, man. Let's fucking
love it.
Fucking crush it, man. You know, in like 4 years, we'll be moderating a presidential debate. We'll be sitting there like.
Right. I'll be the guy with the mute button. Let us talk.
I just hear Eagan, shut the fuck up. Yeah, so anyway, this is great. Okay, so Renee, roll first call.
Well, Matt, I've been a fan of you for years, and the best advice I can ever give anybody is treat anybody the way that you'd want to be treated. Everybody knows the golden rule. But the real reason I called is to ask you if that beard is from purely genetics or if you use something to get it as magnificent and amazing as it is. Have a great one.
I've been wondering the same thing.
Oh, really? Yeah. No, it's shit. Well, you have a great beard too, though, and yours isn't. Yours is still a young man's. Yours isn't marred by
I still have the young. I have the young still.
Yes. It kind of fucked me up a little bit when Karen and I had our on again off again thing until we got really real at the end of 2014, and then it was just like, fuck it, let's move in together, and it was we're going to the same grave. I'm done. But I remember that was like a fun, happy time. We were partying all the time. And I remember I sent her a video at work because I woke up at her apartment, like hung over and was like just in my underwear and was like just filming myself and was like, hey, I'm in your kitchen, just being an asshole. And she showed me that video like a couple months ago, and my beard is just brown, like no gray. And I was like, fuck, man, 6 years? That's all it takes to get this shit? But
sorry for the music. I gotta turn it off. I don't know why.
It's all good. But like, do you have a let's start with your beard. Are the men in your family big beards? Facial hair?
Yeah. Dude, my brother's beard's down to here. He's got like a really long beard down to here. I mean, it used to be down here.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Big old black beard with dreads. And then he has dreads coming off back.
Oh, yeah. Your brother, the DJs.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, what is his Instagram handle? Because he puts a whole show on.
Oh, I will get that because I don't know that off the top of my head. But Walla, I think. But I will let everybody know that by the end of the thing.
Yeah, we'll put it like a link, a post when the
podcast perfect.
Comes out, because it's
even better.
I mean, it was that thing where you're like, oh yeah, my brother DJs, and like we clicked on it, we're like, what the shit? Like he built his own club, and he's huge. He's like 6'6" or something.
He's not that big. But yeah, he's a big mother.
Yeah. So
and then my dad just started growing a beard. He used to always have a beard, and then he started growing again just before his 70th, and he looks fucking amazing.
Oh, right on.
Yeah. So yes, it's a Eagan thing, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of uncles, and like my dad had a great beard and stuff, but it wasn't. I always could grow decent facial hair, like I was, and also I got a weak chin, so it's perfect for that. Like
so that's why I hide it.
You know how it is. I had a goatee all through the 90s.
Nice.
Just so, fucking House of Pained out the whole time with the fucking, shaving in here and shit. Yeah. So, yeah, to answer that guy's question, it's genetics. And
yeah.
I just think it's like if someone can't grow a beard, who cares? Don't I
have no hair on the top of my head, so I got to grow it here. You know?
Mine's going away.
Like shit.
I had like a produce manager when I worked one summer in a grocery store, like a little independent store in Portland, a little corner store. And the dude was like aggro, and he was little, and he grew like a crap beard. So he would just he had a mustache, and he would just comb his shit forward. And it was just the lamest. It was like, look, he had a wife and a kid, but he had this thing of like, I got to act like a man. And it's kind of like, when someone's just like I'm a grown man, I will not stand for this. Saying crazy shit. It's just like, look, dude, no one is sitting here trying to step on you. No one's mad. Right. I'm in my ball cap every day, working in the deli, and he's showing up with a tie every day and with his comb over beard. And it's like, if he was cooler, I would have pulled him aside and be like, dude, just stop. Just trim that down. It looks terrible.
Right. Just trim it to where you need it to go. Even if it's a little zigzaggy, at least you can grow it.
Exactly. Yeah. Dude, just grow what you can. But it's funny. I wonder what this guy was curious, what is there some kind of thing you can rub on your face to make your beard grow better or something? Or did he think I was smearing that fucking spray-in shit when you're balding on my face?
He put the chia pet stuff on his face. He's going to go out for a week and just kept watering it, and see what comes out and then dyes it black.
Sure. It's just I don't even know how to answer that besides, it's genetics. That's it.
I hope you, right. Caller, I hope you can grow a beard. And if you do, trim it nice, make it look nice.
There you go. Yeah. There you go. Perfect.
Beard oil. You use beard oil?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, you got to use all that stuff.
I just ran out, but I really like that stuff. It gives it a nice sheen, and it's
Justin's the one that told me about it. You got to use that shit.
Yeah, right on. Yeah, Justin's got a great beard too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
I gotta get him on here too, so he can give his fucking Harvard advice.
Yeah, totally different than mine.
Very similar, probably.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Okay, Renee, let's roll the next one.
Oh, fudge.
Hey, Matt. Hey, Jeff. It's your friend Jen here, Matt. And Jeff, I'm from Massachusetts. So I had a question that's kind of specific to Massachusetts. All my relatives still live there, but I have cousins, I'm not very close to them at all. I may see them once a year at Christmas, but usually not even. A couple of times, a few of them have taken my number and texted me, but they've included someone else that I don't know on the text and saying, hey, Jen, this is, Joe. He's my friend, and he wants to get into screenwriting. And I told him, you're a Hollywood writer. They never even know what I do, which is I write for TV part-time. And, I wish I had all the 4-in-1 on how to get jobs and trying to get them myself. And they kind of just don't believe that I can't help them. It's like basically you got to move to where the jobs are, and before that you've got to somehow get an agent. They don't really believe me when I say there's something I can do. And so I guess it's a two-part question. How do I tell my family whose go-to thing is, you think you're better than me, to maybe not give away my number so freely? And then the next part would be, what can I say that can get someone to believe me that that's just not how it works, and that, it's not me being not generous. It's just not how it works. Anyway, thanks. Bye.
Thanks, Jen. Yeah, that was Jen Kirkman, who works with Kara and from Massachusetts.
Let's send her an email with my name on it, or my number that says, how do you get me a job?
You're like, I'm sick of painting.
I think I like this strategy. I just can't believe you would ever, I got cousins that do many different things. I would never, if I wanted something done, I would hit them up myself, say, yo, do you mind if my friend hits you? And it's like my real friend. I'm not helping out anybody, man. Fuck that noise.
No, and the funny thing is, I think writing and painting both get dumped on, because both are, when they're good, they're really hard. I look at what you do and I'm like, the responsibility of even painting someone's room, I would just be like, man, I would fuck that up. I would leave something out. I would have bad lines here and there, and so it's like, you can't fuck around in your job. And if I'm writing something that someone's paying me a bunch for, or Jen, I should say, people think both those things are something they're like, I could do that.
Well,
they don't really respect it. So like there's I'm sure you've had people that have texted you. They're just like, hey, can you hire my dude, you know, Dan Sully or something? And you're like, hey, I don't know him.
I have good friends that want to work with me, and I don't hire them because, like, you know, they're not going to be this. I want them to be good. You don't want a shitty at the writer's table. You know, I don't want a shitty painter. That's just not what I'm. That's not my business model. You know.
That's it. That's it, dude. And I mean, I can say that I remember when I used to have a comedy festival that I co-ran out of Portland, and every year we'd have like one or two big names. And one year it was Janine Garofalo, and like a kind of friend of my mom or more acquaintance was like, hey, can you, my daughter made this short film. Can you give it to Matt to give it to Janine? And my mom was like, okay. And she gave it to me, right? And I watched it, and it was trash. Like, it was like, it was just her and her adult friends in a high school acting like teenagers, but they didn't have, like, if they cast real teenagers with them, maybe it'd be funny. But it was just like these 4 rando women in a hallway doing, like, you know, the teenager voice, you know?
Yeah.
And it was like, I watched it for, you know, a few minutes, and I'm just like, this is not, I'm not going to give this to anybody.
Yeah, right.
It's like, then it represents me. I mean, I know Janine, but I don't know her. Like, we're not like boys. So I wouldn't be like, you know, my mom's kind of friend's daughter wanted me to give this. It's like,
you don't know shit about that, you know?
Yeah. And I told my mom, I was like, I tell her I'm sorry. I can't, you know, I'm not that tight with Janine and stuff. And I guess that the chick got real salty. I guess she got mad and like,
it's like
her mom was super disappointed in me. I'm just like, I don't even know you.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
And like, and also, even if Janine was like, this is awesome. Like, really, what's she going to do for her? There's nothing she can.
No, if it was that easy, everybody would be fucking famous.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like that's what you tell your relatives. Yo, if it was that easy, you wouldn't even have my fucking number because I'll be way too popular for you.
You would have to call a guy.
Yeah.
And he would call me.
You'll never talk to me directly again.
Are you out of your mind? Do you know who I am?
I got people, man.
I got people. Yeah, I mean, and that's really, I mean, Jen, I think, honestly, you know, I think we already told you, basically, like, I think you get the gist of what we're saying, but it's basically just like, tell your family not to do that. Tell your family, you know, if someone's like, oh, can I give this to her? You have them ask you, and then they can get back to that person from you if you have the time. But
you never blindside people. Blindsiding people never works. Like, literally.
No, and no one's like, oh, here's this rando texting me, and they want something from me that won't benefit me at all. Fucking awesome. Yes.
That's the other thing. Yes. Give me a little something, and, you know, help.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, if someone's like got this amazing script and like, you know, Jen's like, oh, I want to produce this, even then it's a slog. Because like Jen is definitely like a name, but she's not like, you know, fucking Meryl Streep or something.
Right. Yeah.
It's like, and it's never been harder to get anything made ever. I don't know why, but with all these different platforms, it's just.
Well, I was gonna say, I can only imagine just with everything out there now, like there's a lot more ability to make content, but there's not less places to put it, but it's just so everybody's trying to put content out.
Yeah, well, it's exactly that. But all those content providers are owned by like the same 5 guys, so they have all the money. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like I show up and they're like, "Wait, is that Chris Pratt behind you though? Can you get the fuck out of the way?
Right, yeah.
Max Braunger, whatever the fucking get out of the way. Chris, come on in. Matt, close the door behind you.
Yeah.
You know,
Get out of here.
Beat it. You know. So hope that helps, Jen. All right, let's roll the next call.
Hi, Matt. It's Josh Gondelman. You know me.
Hey.
I've been on the show before. It was a delight. I'm calling because I feel like this year I've had such a fortunate experience of it. I'm at home with my wife Maris and our dog, and I've had work all year, which has been so fortunate. But I'm just worried that with like New York City possibly locking down again, I just don't know what to look forward to around the holidays. And that is stressing me out a little bit. So I was wondering if you had any thoughts about like how to generate excitement and plans for the future when everything is so up in the air and it feels like the spectrum of what's possible in the near future is so limited. Thanks. Hope you and the family are doing well. Bye.
Right on, Josh. Yeah, Josh Gondelman's from Massachusetts too, and he's really great writer, really great stand-up. He writes on Jesus and Marrow right now, and I'm sure when he hears this, he's gonna hear Jen's call and be like, "Yeah, I wish my family would stop doing that shit too." Like,
right.
But yeah, I mean, what are your thoughts on giving him something to look forward to, in New York City, once this thing locks down?
This is terrible advice, but I've really been thinking about it. I'm not going to do it because it's terrible, but I want to get a tanning bed. So when I feel, because it's going to be a shitty winter. So I think a tanning bed would make me feel better for like 10 minutes a day.
That's amazing.
I would be like way too brown and probably get skin cancer from that. I don't want to do that. But like something to, look forward to, get a little color, because if it's a shitty winter, it's gonna suck up here.
Yeah, man.
It's gonna suck big time.
I mean,
so other than that, hopefully go somewhere.
Yeah, I mean that's what I was gonna say. Is like a perfect answer, because you need to have something in your life that gives you that gives you happiness.
Yeah,
but,
right.
I was gonna say, fuck Josh, do what my wife and I did. The fuck out. Get out for plan it, pick a weekend or a week, if you can work remotely, which I think you can, and rent a cabin in Vermont or something. Even though it's winter, just go. Just get a fucking, you said yourself, you're doing all right, you're pretty successful. Take some of that green and just get a macked out cabin in Burlington, and I mean, if I have something like that on the calendar, before and after, I'm jazzed.
You're good, right?
I'm good. I'm looking forward to it. I'm just like, this is gonna suck, but I had neighbors who, like, when we were like, we're gonna do this, I had one neighbor who was like, doesn't come out of his house often because of COVID. He's like, so you're gonna drive across the country during a pandemic? Wow. Whoa, okay. And it's like, dude, it's the same. I'm in my car, people are in their car.
Right. Oh, no, totally.
I go to a charging station or a gas station, people don't come near you. Everyone keeps their distance.
No, right.
I don't eat in restaurants. I don't go in bars.
Right. Just be responsible. Like my brother and his family, they went on a road trip. They have a Sprinter van that they converted, and so they can sleep in and stuff. But they just picked spots, rented houses, and went away for a month.
Okay.
And it's like perfect. That's like, we're looking to go away for February, go down south, because my parents will be in South Carolina, and I have friends from living down there that I can kind of visit and try to do like a month away, just to try get out of Dodge for a little bit.
You got to, man.
It's gonna be cold as hell up here this year.
Yeah, man. I'm worried about what people are gonna do with themselves. Where the temptation to be like, I want to have a bunch of people over, and it's like, you can't. Don't do that.
Right. And there's no, and the outdoor things closing, windows closing up north. It's done after Saturday. It goes from 70 to 50.
You're right. It's like we have this week. That's all.
Right. Can you believe how nice it is?
Dude, I had to change my shirt. I'm up here in this den.
I left work this morning to change into shorts. I was like, I can't wear pants today. It's way too hot. I'm dying.
And it's like, it's kind of muggy too, which is weird for the Northeast.
It's really weird for right now too. It's like really humid. You can't get away from it.
That's exactly it. I'm always like, when that kind of thing happens, I'm just like, is this me? Is this my body? Is something going wrong?
You're sweating. Just sweating.
Like, do I have a fever? But it's like, lucky I'm walking around the house with Rose. I'm like, nah, the baby's sweaty too. So fuck. It's not just me.
That sounds like, do you have to get tested? I'm like sweating my ass off.
The signs are fever. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. So I turned the AC on and realized I was okay.
Perfect.
Oh,
all right.
Man.
Cool. Oh, dude, this has been so fun. Okay, we got one more call.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, dude, you can say anything. There's no time limit.
Every time you say roll the next clip, I think of this. You know Bush's baked beans?
That
Do you ever
ad.
have those commercials where the dog like talks and at
Yes.
the end he's roll that beautiful bean footage? That's
Yes.
all I think about when you say roll the next clip. Sorry.
So,
Oh man.
oh, you know what wanted to point out? Like, you have a thick New England accent, you know, and I realized when we would play trivia with people that didn't know you,
Yeah.
and they would come in, you would say something and they would ape it. They would like copy it, like make, like, you know, poking fun because it was so strange to them. I always would get mad.
Yeah.
Like, in my head, I'd be like, cut this fuck off. Who invited this guy? You know, I wanted to be like, boop, like get him off the video trivia. Cause it was like,
yeah, it always happens, but it has its advantages in other parts of the country.
I'm sure. No, I think it's great. I think it's great. I love going to Dunky and listen to people ordering regular, you know, which.
Oh man, there was a thing on the news the other day with like reporter was out interviewing people that had just voted, and there was a chick with like her mask was all for sports teams. She had a Dunkies, and she's like, "At least I got the Dunkies for my iced coffee." It was like, "Yeah, dude, look at that."
I love it. All four teams.
Right.
So Boston.
It's like, holy fuck, that's perfect.
Well, and I realized I went and got Dunkies yesterday, and I've been getting almost every day, but like last week I went and got some for Kara and for Jean, you know, mom-in-law, and they wanted, you know, medium each with like almond milk, like with just, you know, 2% and one with almond milk.
Yeah.
And in my head, I almost confused medium with regular. And it's just like,
no,
like,
that would have sucked.
For those who don't know, a regular Dunkin Donuts coffee, that means like what?
2
like,
and 2.
2 and 2, 2
creams,
creams, two sugars. It's like, it's so sweet. It's so heavy.
Yeah, my family owned a donut shop for most of my childhood, so I used to work at donut shops, and man.
Yeah.
That's it. 2 and 2. You go boom, boom. It's perfect.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's roll that beautiful bean footage.
Hey Matt, my name's Chris, and I got a question for Jeff, your guest this week. I was wondering, hypothetically, let's say you won some money gambling on scratch tickets. How would you advise someone to spend their winnings? Thanks.
Chris Goldthorpe, who is a member of the Catman Closers, calling in.
Whose birthday was last week.
Yes, it was.
Happy belated.
Happy birthday, Chris.
I got him a scratch ticket. I got him a 30 and a 10 for his 40th. And I said, you know what? If I'm spending this money, I'm going to buy myself one. So I bought myself one, and I won on mine.
Yeah, I remember.
And I'm going to buy Chinese food tomorrow. How's that sound? Chengdu's on me.
Dude, I love Chengdu so much. Oh my God. I used to get so jealous when we played trivia and you'd like hold up a big Chengdu bag and like,
right.
Their wings are so awesome. Their Mai Tais are incredible. We got a bottle of their Mai Tais to go like the first week we were here, and we like a little juice bottle, and Karen and I split it, just like one of those. You're like, oh.
No, it's perfect. And I haven't been in since it's been redone. So I can't wait to see the new bar. I saw it. We went in it just to pick up to go food when we were first. Or just actually to get that Mai Tai. The layout is pretty sweet. Like I wouldn't eat indoors still, but it's like I think they made it about as safe as you can. There's only there's only like 4 spots at the bar. All the tables are super far apart. I see people in there every night when I go on like on an evening walk. It's best goddamn place in town. Like, you know,
is that your favorite?
For the best Chinese food place in town by far,
without a doubt.
And then I don't have a favorite spot in town to really. I like it all. I mean, it depends. It depends what you're looking for, because you have a little bit of everything, and I want to put a collared shirt on, I know where to go. If I want to, you know, go with my paint clothes on, I know where to go.
There you go.
They're all my favorite.
That's perfect, man. So
Until
anything you want to share before we wrap it up, or shout out or plug or?
Shout out to everybody. Oh yeah, how about this? Steph's cousin, he's in the WWE. He's in the NXT, and he just won the tag team championship yesterday.
What's his name?
Oni Lorcan.
That's your cousin?
That's Steph's cousin. Yeah.
Oh, Steph's cousin. Your girlfriend.
So I'll call her my cousin as well.
Yeah, fuck it. You guys are basically married. Like, come on.
No shit.
You know, you argue as much as we do. It's the
She
same
came
thing.
home. She came home and she's like, I'm like, Steph, can you just go back outside and like? She's like, don't worry, I got all my plants. I'm gonna do that. I'm like, good. I don't want you to actually like be here and listen to me do this right now.
Fuck it. Hey, if she came and stuck her head in the
I wanted her. Then she walked right out.
I do this other show called Hey Girl where we raise money and you know, with Kyle, and like Baker just comes running outside the house because I was outside and we'd already signed off. But he's like, "What are you doing in my yard?" I'm like,
"Oh no way!" Yeah, you just.
If he would have come out 2 minutes earlier, would have been like legend status.
Perfect. Yeah,
so perfect.
Oh yeah, no, he's the best. Yeah, no shout. Just thank you for having me, man. This has been awesome.
It was really awesome, Jeff, man. I will see you. I will see you tomorrow.
Tomorrow, whenever you guys want to come over, we got a table set up for pumpkin carving.
I'm psyched.
I've only carved a pumpkin once in my life. In the third cut, I messed up, and I was like, dude, I can't do this. And this was literally like 4 years ago. So I'm terrible at it.
This time you get to try again. I'm psyched, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna make just a couple circles.
Okay, it's your pumpkin, man. It's your life. It's your pumpkin.
Perfect, brother.
All right, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you.
Thanks so much for listening to This Might Help. Without calls, there is no show. And without problems, there is no life. So call and tell me about a problem you're going through. Just leave a message. No pressure. No one's going to answer. Be like, the fuck's wrong with you? Nothing. Just a beep. And then you go. Call 323-763-0228. Again, that's 323-763-0228. Thanks. This Might Help with Matt Braunger was created and hosted by me, Matt Braunger. Produced by Outer Circle Media. Executive producers Matt Kleinschmidt and Robert Kelly for the Laugh Button Podcasts.